Welcome to Sponsored by Nobody. This week, sponsored by New Places. We go some there sometimes. It is August 2024, and we are playing Pokemon Misfit Island Episode 4. We are using a homebrew of the Wild Word system. I am Ian the Professor, and we have explained why.
I'm Austin, and I'm playing Illuminator Travis today.
I'm Cabe, and I'll be playing Augustus the Guide.
I'm Dylan, and I'll be playing Nero Viadetti.
I'm Taylor, playing Axelvex.
Excellent. Savvy listeners will know that there was a secret thing last episode. The players do not know that there was a secret thing last episode. So players, what happened in your last episode?
We helped the town with some fishing.
Yeah, we went through the welcome wagon, so to speak. We helped get this kid. What was his name? Claude, I believe. We got him back to town, nice and safe, after the encounter up at the mill. And then we kind of just started making our way around town, introducing ourselves, and got to know people. We kind of just helped out where we could.
That's like a massive infrastructure work on like everyone's end.
Yeah. So at least I remember who was the other one that helped Finion with the fishing. I don't remember.
It was me and Piplup.
That's what it was. Yeah. Bubble beam to stun. That's what it was.
Yeah.
So yeah, and I think that's kind of where we had ended it after meeting the mayor and kind of getting a lay of the land.
Yeah. Excellent. You guys spend the night in town because it's, the mayor Barry says, obviously it's too late to start looking for different things and doing stuff. So he lets you spend the night in town. It's as you kind of explored the town for the rest of the day, you notice it's actually a decent bit bigger than you thought it was. And Barry says that it's actually one of the largest towns, if not the largest town on the island. But yeah, again, mostly just farming folk and just people working. Next morning rolls around. What would you guys like to do?
Augustus stretches on the porch of their lodgings as he greets the sunrise. Oh, guys, what are we gonna do today? And he puffing on his pipe. Heracross just kind of like smells the calming spices and aroma, and his Pokemon start to wake up too, and everyone's getting ready for the day. Maybe go find some coffee.
Trade a Pokeball for it.
Oh man, Heracross could lift a house. I've already donated my 2. He's like rubbing his eye as he's talking to you too. I've already given these people 2. I'll offer labor for services. It's my preferred way too.
They bring you guys a bit of breakfast and such because again, you did help out a bunch yesterday, and you've made the statement that you're going to help out some more. So they bring some food and some stuff, and you guys had packed a bit of things too. Different rations and whatnot for the travel. It's not like you guys jumped in here with no food.
Yeah.
Oh.
And they'll find me outside painting the dawn of the new day and the new world where I don't feel immediately aggressed. Not some spooky tower. So what are the colors of dawn in this fake world?
That's a very good question.
Is the grass blue and the sky's green and it's all boring as fuck?
No, it's similar to our world. A little bit more vibrant because there's not the same level of, just honestly, light pollution. And yeah, as you guys wake up and take a deep breath, it's, when you've been working out up on a mountain and the air is thin, and then you come down off the mountain and you get back and you can just like you're in a forest and you take that big deep breath of nice fresh air. Everywhere around here is that like it's as if you guys in the other world were on a mountain and now you're getting that like deep breath of fresh air.
Well, this is nice.
It is.
And
I feel like that's a health concern.
Fresh air?
We're used to not pure oxygen. What's that medical term? I can't remember. When you get too much oxygen.
Dentist with NO2 still.
But no, we're fine.
Yeah.
And yeah, I know I said it was quieter here, like less Pokemon and less wildlife. But as the dawn comes up, you start to notice it's just different, just slightly different than the wildlife you're used to. And you do start hearing some of the sounds, again, a little less than you're used to, because you're used to like full on Pokemon everywhere. And so there's not there, it's quieter. But if you listen closely, you can start to realize there's still wildlife and there's still life. It's just a little more hidden, a little less common here.
One question. What does the sun rise in the same orientation? Does it rise in the east and set in the west? It's something that Augustus would have noticed.
Yeah, for simplicity, I'm going to go with yes. Just to keep it simple.
It's just one of those like directional things. You know what I mean? Like
that's fair. Yeah. No. We're gonna say it still rises in the east, sets in the west.
Cool.
And yeah, you're gonna notice as you guys. I mean, you guys chatted a bit with people and stuff. You'll note some small differences here and there with like a little bit of dialect and a little bit of like some slight like, oh, you use this word for that. But for the most part, people seem to be able to communicate and understand. Like if you say left, people go left. If you say right, people go right. Like there's not a huge difference. People might say like, oh, so-and-so from whatchamacallit had a big difference when they got here, but they were the only one, and now they've acclimatized and they still, change. But for the most part, everyone seems to be using the same, although you do realize a lot of people from different dimensions, like as I say, slight differences, like a little bit different of a skin tone, into different colors or hair colors or eye colors, like shapes. Like people are just a little different.
You're cutting out real bad, buddy.
Oh, hello?
Hello. Yeah, no, you're still there, but you've been cutting in and out probably bad for about the last 25, 30 seconds.
Oh, sorry. Okay. Recap. I just said everyone, you've chatted with people. Everyone can understand each other. There's slight differences in like if you say left, people go left, but there's stories of people who went right, but now they go left because it's just that's the most common here. Mm-hmm. And then there's also people have a slight variation, different hair colors than you're used to, slightly different skin shade colors than you're used to, eye colors, different like people are slightly different, but they're still people.
Okay. So dawn of the new day.
Let's go to the mines.
I was like, let me check the quest page.
And see. So
we got eradicate for the kid. Right, that was the thing. Is how many Pokemon are in town?
Honestly, pretty much no one has a Pokemon in town. You're like looking around. The leader, the master sailor, the master harvestman, and maybe half a dozen people have Pokemon. Pretty much everybody else doesn't have a Pokemon.
Yeah. Okay. because we could. I wonder if we use those Pokeballs to catch Pokemon to help supplement the labor around town, and have one of them be Eradicate for the kid. Then maybe we can make everyone happy for the most part. You know what I mean?
All the quests at once.
Not just all at once, but it's like it's all there. The only thing though is at one, they're losing their Pokeballs. But I had discussed earlier, I had already donated 2 of them, so really we should just need to retrieve 1.
Pokeballs are valuable because they can let you catch a Pokemon, not because they are currency. They became currency because of their effect. So catching a Pokemon with a Pokeball is the intent and purpose. It's like catching a Pokemon is like getting a Scratchy. It's like, oh, I could win $1 million, but I have to spend $1. Is it worth spending the $1? Or is it, but people want the $1 million.
Yeah, that's fair. Oh, all good. Yeah, that's just what Augustus is thinking. Yeah,
you guys can talk to other townsfolk, or again the like named townsfolk, to get if there's any specific Pokemon they want or any specific things they want. You're welcome to talk to them.
Yeah, actually, Augustus is gonna just kind of saunter down the main drag of the town with his Pokemon, just kind of puffing at his pipe and looking around.
People
Still waiting on Axel. Axel, where are you at? You woken up yet, buddy?
You kind of look around, and you notice the bushes are kind of rustling, and out pops my head, and I just put my binoculars up, and I've been up for a couple of hours already. I've just been taking notes on everything.
Oh, okay.
That's not creepy at all.
Oh, no, it's all good. Now we just know who to talk to when we need recon info.
And to know the travel patterns of everyone in town in case we need to.
Oh, exactly.
Did you know that lady at 9 p.m. sneaks out of her house and goes over to that house?
Well, and I know Nero's been looking around all side-eyed, looking for somebody to fight with, probably. You said you're looking for strong contenders. I wonder if you found anybody.
I doubt it, because I hang out with you guys. No, I'm fine going and tracking down that punk Radicate and those little thieves, because it's not about the amount of Pokeballs or the Pokeballs themselves. It's just like, y'all, that it leaves me with a sour taste in my mouth. You know what I mean? You don't just jack me when I show up. I ain't no freshman.
Right? Yeah, exactly. It's more about pride than anything. I feel that.
We've not earned this disrespect yet.
Exactly.
We will probably earn it, but it's too early.
Yeah, exactly. I haven't done anything to deserve it yet. Come on.
Well, let's just go after the Eradicate and see what happens from there then. Mm-hmm. Let's not worry about details. Screw it.
Okay.
I'm gonna have Duskull show us to the general area that it was following them to before I called it back.
Ooh. Well, hold on. We could probably also get some info from Cloud or the headman there, because they were talking about the Eradicate as if it was known.
The Nickit.
So between your Duskull and the Nickit and the Nickit crew too. So between them and your Duskull, we'll probably have an even better clue of what we're walking ourselves into.
Oh, it's like the Squirtle Squad, but like Oliver Twist.
It's a Squirtle Squad, but with extra minions.
Right?
Well, I think you actually touched on a really good point there, which is that if Pokemon are less common in this world, like each Pokemon is going to be more well known. We're way more likely to get a hit by asking townsfolk for information.
Very true, yeah.
True.
Because you even said last session that there's less Pokemon in the world. Like, it's just less populated.
Yes.
Especially something that's going to be stealing from humans. They're going to remember. They're going to be like, oh, yeah, that guy.
Yep.
I mean, at least if he's been getting action around here before.
Very true.
If things went down at the mill, I feel like they did. Also, on another note for the researchers, out of character too, is that maybe there's a chance, like, did they know that we were going to be there? Is there a reoccurring event where those Pokemon in the area just know, where there's a vibe of energy, there's a pulse, they feel something, or maybe something just directs them there, and it's like, oh, hey, fresh meat, and then they'll be forced to go to the town. You know what I mean? So like, maybe we can learn a thing or two about the ecosystem and the ecology of like how these Pokemon are interacting. Because at the same time, if this Raticate's as big of a bastard as it sounds like everybody's made him to be, and for our encounter, what's he doing hanging out with this Nickit and like the crew that's like all kind of picking on tourists? You know what I mean? So I think it'd be good to learn.
Mm-hmm.
To the information desk. No.
Who guys? Who do you guys want to talk to? Claude and who is it? Claude and Orla.
Yeah, because
Orla the Harvest Master.
Yeah, he's a boss head, so he'll have info.
Yeah.
Info of someone with him.
Yeah, you guys, like, it's early in the morning, but farm work starts early. They're working their butt off. They're doing a bunch of farm work, and they wave to you as you come over. And morning, how you doing? And Orla just waves, and with his big graveler there, and he's just, lots of work in the morning.
Gross.
We have a different type of work in mind. We were thinking...
Yeah, you're gonna go get the lost Pokeballs back, right? Take out that Nickit that's been stealing things around town.
Well, that and we were wondering if maybe you had some info on the Raticate, so we could, two Pidgeys, one stone it.
Yeah, I don't really care much about the Raticate, but Claude here, and Claude like picks up, he sure has got a bone to pick with that thing. And Claude's like, yeah, if we catch it, it'll be perfect. It's a great Pokemon. It's super useful, and it's always like looking tough, and it's great.
Young man, can I ask you a quick question? Is you plan to put this Pokemon to work, I assume, to help your working on the farm?
Yeah, buddy, and work, hang out, just
so. Okay, another question then is that, well, how is it going to help here on the farm? I'm just kind of curious because, like, the Graveler, I understand it's good with rocks. It can lift heavy things. It can move stuff. It can pull a plow. It's very super strong. But you just want to bring a giant rat onto the farm?
You sound a lot like Orla. Always, Raticate can't do anything. Why do you want to Raticate? No. Well, you know what? I'll tell you.
I'm just curious about
Raticate's a really cool Pokemon, and he's a lot more useful than you think he is.
And that's all I need to know. We'll do what we can.
Thank you.
I'm just like got my chin in the nook of my hand, and I'm just kind of like nodding along, and I'm like thinking about like Hyper Fang and viable tech that he's not wrong. Raticate can be very strong under the right circumstances. As mid-low trash.
Brutal.
Ooh.
I don't even know what to say. Okay.
Are you guys gonna go?
Trash.
You're following Duskull along the trail?
Yes, especially if we didn't get any actual like direct info.
Yeah, that's about all they got. There's a Nickit in town, and nobody knows beyond that.
All right. Well, let's say let's backtrack then. We go back to the tower and we try to track him from there. Yeah.
I look at Duskull and I'm like, can you lead us back to where you last saw them, bud?
Duskull will nod and takes you guys. It's a little bit of a trek, but you make it back to the tower fairly uneventful.
When we get back to the tower, I'm going to stop and, Birdie, I know you don't like it in there, buddy, and I know it's a little cramped, but it could be dangerous, and we're going to go track some things, okay? So I will let you back out as soon as possible. Like I'm talking to my pet. I'm about to kennel my pets. It's absolutely horrendous. Because Mackerel Moore is the exact same way. But I had to do that back at the dock because he's a fish.
Because he's a fish.
Yeah. So, buddy, if you wouldn't mind, please hop in, and I'll let you know as soon as we're done and safe, okay? Because I don't like to putting you in here if you don't want to.
He hops in without too much of a worry. He knows and trusts you.
Good. I don't like doing it if I don't have to, so I'll pocket those two. All right, Iro, Hiss, you ready to track? We've done this before. Iro, Trees, Hiss, Grass, and Go. Come back to me in 20 minutes. All right, we'll see you in a bit. And then so Ekans is going to just kind of look at me and nod. He's going to slither off into the grass and disappear, and Iroh's going to kind of do the same thing, but he's going to hop up and you'll hear thump, 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 as he just like jumps from tree to tree to tree. And he's just going to kind of look around the area around us. There.
Perfect. Yeah. How you got dust? So you or Axel can make the roll between Duskull and Heracross and Ekans. You guys are doing pretty good there. I'll give you advantage on the roll. What do you guys want to roll, and who wants to roll it for looking for this secret hideout?
Axel, what's your research specialty?
My research specialty? It's 2.
Okay, then I think you should take the role. You have a better chance of doing better on it, because my research is just 1, and I think the only other one that might influence it is Shepherd. But probably research is our best bet. So you'd get advantage plus a +2 d6 for your research, which is sweet.
What else do I get dice for there, Ian?
So you get a dice for whatever nature you're using, which I assume would be either careful or serious.
Careful.
Careful. Perfect. And then you get 2 dice for your research, and then 1 extra dice for advantage. So that'll be 4 dice total.
Okay. 4d6.
I guess I should.
2 5s, 2 and a 4.
Perfect. So that's 5 and a twist. So I will say this. I've flip-flopped on this for a little while. You guys can, if you want. I think I'm going to say it. I'm going to allow it. I don't know if it would ever actually be useful, but if you ever succeed, or like right now you got a conflict, because 4-5 is a conflict. If you ever succeed, you can drop it down to a conflict or a fail. If you ever get a conflict, you can drop it down to a fail. So you can always take the worst outcome. I don't know if it would ever apply or if you'd ever want to do it, but just throwing it out there. I'm going to give it to you guys if you ever want to do that.
That we can optionally fail. Okay, no, interesting. Yeah. No, that's fair. No, I can think of at least a handful of stuff where that might.
Yeah,
the is available to the players at any time.
Yeah, exactly. Excellent. So it's a conflict with a twist. I have the conflict set out here. Does anyone have a quick twist that they would like to throw in?
May I ask a kind of leading but not too presumptuous question? Is that if we're encountering another Pokemon, can I have them come across one of mine first on the way back, depending on the encounter?
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, yeah. So I'd like them to run into like Sir Hiss or Iroh, depending on what environment they're coming from.
So
one thing too is this: we are traveling in the forest, right?
This area is deemed. What did I deem this area? Sorry. This is the. It's like a farmland, light forest kind of area, like near the beach kind of area.
Yeah,
it's not heavily forested.
But I meant like we're on our journey, like we're not in town anymore. We're going towards the thing.
Yes, correct. Austin, can you get a little closer to your mic? Sorry.
How about that?
That's much better.
Okay.
Yeah, we're at A19 right there, Ian.
If you look at the map, A19. Yeah. No. Yeah. A19, like the just below where the tower is. Yeah.
Yeah. Copy that.
Okay. Yeah. So like as we're like for our like traveling formation party thing, my blah 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 blah, my Growlithe Crond will be basically going around making perimeter, just keeping around us with a scent up to make sure people don't ambush us, as well as my Hijwan Zorua Wish Song will be flitting from shadow to shadow to make sure things aren't just trying to visually sneak up on us.
Nice.
Excellent.
Because the other Pokemon are out there scouting, so I got to make sure we're safe.
Yeah, perfect. As Duskskull, Sir Hiss, and Iroh are out scouting, they bump into the Thievul and Ruffet from earlier. So I can put those on. Thievul and Ruffet.
Scene.
So you guys didn't see a Thievul last time. You saw a Nickit last time, which I'll put a Nickit up. So this is Thievul is Nickit's evolution. It's a larger fox Pokemon.
I put a 1 there.
Yep.
And then I mark this poison. I mark this forest.
This is the farmland.
Oh, this is still farmland? Okay.
Yeah. Yep.
And it stayed purple. Sweet.
Perfect. Yeah. You guys, there's a Thievul and the Ruffet heading. You can only presume they're heading back to base, as they have a little like pack of stuff in their talons and mouth. Stumbling upon the two of you, they immediately like book it, zigzagging through the woods with your Pokemon in hot pursuit. And then all of you in hot pursuit of your Pokemon. You chase them and you make it to a small, like, tighter grove of trees where you heard them, like, calling and howling to put their area on high alert, and you see them like slide in as Thievul tosses the stuff in their mouth into the hideout, and Ruffet tosses their stuff, and they turn, and you see in front of you one Thievul, one Ruffet, two Nickits, and a shiny Nickit. As they're all on high alert, standing around the entrance of their hideout, ready for a fight.
So it's a Rufflet.
Or ready for Ruffet or Rufflet. Yeah, sorry. One Rufflet, one Thievul. I'll put up here.
One of them.
Iroh and Sir Hiss don't engage. They know not to engage without backup or without help, and so when they get to the edge of the like meadow, they'll stop and they'll kind of look at each other, and then they'll just kind of back up into the trees but hold position while they're waiting for everybody. So Iroh is up on a branch, and then Ekans will have like coiled up the tree and is like sitting beside him, and they're waiting for us.
Excellent. You guys
How far
doesn't
away
take
are
you
we
long
from
to
them?
get there. Doesn't take you long to get there. You guys reach there pretty quick. When you reach there, you see the Thievel has taken point with the 3 Nickits behind it, and the Rufflet is sitting on a tree branch just above, ready, like wings out, ready to swoop at a moment's notice.
Can we like hands up this? Be like, because Pokemon are smart enough to understand human speech, give or take.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So be like,
You can.
put
You
my
guys.
hands up.
You don't have to fight. You guys can always. There's a million different ways to get through every different thing. So you guys are more than welcome to try different routes. I'm never assume it's a battle.
You
But
think
yeah,
we can
sorry.
scare them away from the hideout?
Either that or make a trade.
Ooh.
What do we have to trade?
We didn't
could
hoard
make
anything on
some.
the way here, though.
Pardon?
I said we didn't make anything on the way here, though, and we didn't.
No, but like our basic supplies, like the stuff that's just in our survival pack, like our food or our like, they might be interesting. But yeah, I was hands up.
Sorry there, artist. You're speaking for yourself. Out in the woods, you don't trade your food to nobody.
We're 5 seconds away from town.
I'm gonna cross my arms and I'm gonna like lean up against a tree and I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna see how this pans out. But at the first sign of you failing, I am going to start whooping wholesale ass.
My 2 are already on high alert on the branch, and they're kind of in the same boat, but they only jump when I give them the signal. So
I'm like, okay, hands up. I'm like, okay, I'm hoping you guys can understand me.
Okay.
My Pokemon are not aggressive. And these guys, okay, they are, but like, we're just talking right now. Okay, we're not here to mess up your operation.
And I'm gonna puff that calming spice. Sorry.
Oh yeah.
Hold up.
As well too. I want to make sure you don't get hurt.
Can you take just a little bit back? I'm getting a like breath backlash. There you. Wait, one more time.
How about now?
No, a hair closer.
How about now?
There you go. Thanks. Sorry.
Okay.
I was getting like heavy breathing. Which I know it's your vibe and I love it, but sorry. Yeah, sorry.
So calming powder, okay.
Yeah.
And then like we're not here to interrupt your operation. We won't even necessarily say exactly where you are, but we just need the Pokeballs back you stole from the group, from the town, and maybe some other things you stole from them. But they're not no-go for a target anymore. Otherwise, they're going to steal your freedom. And we don't want that. We don't want that. And I can use Shepherd to help this out.
Ooh.
Or Eloquence.
Okay.
What would be best? Because like Eloquence is
Shepherd.
Spoken and written word, but Shepherd is Pokemon.
It's like animal handling, yeah.
Yeah. Right?
I can hear Eloquence is a decent. I'll give you Eloquence. You're using words, and I assume you're also like when you're talking about Pokeballs and stuff, you're showing them a Pokeball and like being like, we want this thing. Like you're making yourself known.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're trying to barter with them. I'll give you Eloquence for this.
Okay, and then the Growlithe.
There's overlap on all the things.
As non-aggressive it is, will be using Helping Hand. And then, so this will be, we're going to go relaxed for this.
Okay.
So relaxed.
Yeah.
With Eloquence and Helping Hand and Calming Powder?
It's like, it's more of like a smoke, like an aerosol, because it's coming out of his pipe.
Yeah, that works, but like,
I'm gonna give you.
Thing too?
You get your 3 dice. Your 1 for your nature, 2 for your eloquence, and then Helping Hand. Mm-hmm. Unfortunately, when Growlithe went to use Helping Hand, because it is a move, it like Growlithe emits an energy using it, right? Like it's not something you may have necessarily noticed.
Barking.
Yeah, but it may not necessarily have been something you noticed quite in like your original world, but here you guys are starting to notice your Pokemon emit more of like an energy when they do moves. Like there's a aura, like moves are slightly different here. Like something fundamental is different in this world, and you haven't quite placed what it is, but there's something there. Moves still work the same, but yeah, a little different. But yeah, when Growlithe goes to do helping hand,
relatable to like gathering mana, so to speak, like a gathering of energy with like a bit of glow and like that kind of thing.
It's not necessarily a visual. Like maybe out of the corner of your eye, you can visually see it, like a color or a glow or a something. But when you look directly at it, you can't. It's more, or like a feeling, like a tingling, like the hair on the back of your neck kind of stands up, or it's there's something more in this world. So when Growlithe goes to use Helping Hand, you see the Thievul was actually kind of starting to nod along a little bit, but when Growlithe goes to actively like do something to influence this, like the way Thievul acts and the way this is pulling out, the Thievul kind of takes a step back and is just kind of,
it's boosting me.
Yes, but it's still acting. It's still another Pokemon acting, because right now you were just a person trying to talk to it and be like, hey, we're not aggressive. And then Growlithe, I mean, you got a bunch of Pokemon there. Growlithe actively is engaging. Now, yes, it's engaging with you, but it's affecting this, right? And the Thievul, it's not going to do anything. It's just, the Thievul's just going to, it's taking note that you are trying to do a thing, you know? And so I'm not going to give you a cut
for that.
That's why I'm not going to give you a cut, but I'm not going to give you advantage either. I'm gonna negate that there. Okay, so just with
4 dice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I've been rolling in the background to see how Thievul's being affected by different things here. So that's why.
6 double threes.
Nice. Okay, so success with a twist. What would you like the twist to be? I'll tell you what the success is here first. So the success is Thievul looks at you and looks at the food, looks at the Pokeball, and just kind of nods, makes a little yip sound, and one of the Nickits will go back and pulls a bag, which you can't see in the little bag, but that's clearly a bag full of Pokeballs, and it's going to bring those out and kind of put it down, and then it's going to grab a large chunk of the food and just start bringing that back.
That's
carefully.
My stores. Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, maintaining eye contact, making sure we're not going to jump them.
Yeah. What would you like the twist to be?
They can't count. That's a pretty big sack of Pokeballs. That's like they sort things, but they don't count things. So that's like all the Pokeballs they've collected in the past little bit.
Oh yeah. Perfect.
They're Pokemon, but they're not.
Yeah,
people.
I got that. When you go back, like when you get the bag in your actual hands, a quick look in the bag, there are 8 Pokeballs in there. Yeah. They're all like, there's a few that look normal to you. There's a bunch that look like they were self-built, like with spare parts and things. However, again, there's things that are off in this world, and you instinctively know, looking at these Pokeballs, that they are all the same. Even though they look different, they're all functionally the same. There's something intrinsic in your knowledge that you can see them, and though they like there's the red and white ones that you're used to, and then there's some that look like they're built with random other parts, but you fundamentally know that these are the same thing.
Yeah,
Like
the
seeing it- yeah.
visuals apply no benefit.
Like seeing an orc vehicle, you know what I mean? Where it's like you look at it and you're like, damn, that thing goes fast, but man, it does not make sense or break physics.
Yeah.
Like, how does that work? I don't know. It works.
I'm thinking with these 8, we give 2 of the normal ones to
Townsfolk?
to
They were looking for
Augustus.
3, remember?
No, 2 back to Augustus.
Oh, don't worry about me.
Oh, I see. I see.
I have plenty. No, focus on the other ones first.
Well, I know we're giving 1 to Axel. One of the jury rig ones, so they can study it because they wanted to learn how to
out of
make
the bushes, and I'm just like, ooh,
And toys.
because he really wanted to learn how to make them.
Yeah.
This is our first opportunity of actually seeing man-made ones.
Yeah.
I've got
Jury
my
rig ones.
little inspector goggle things like it's right up close to my face. I'm just like, how do you work?
And then other than that, we just set aside the 3 for the town, and then decide if we want to give them the extras as like a bonus reward, or if we want to keep them.
Right?
Yeah.
We should give Augustus back the couple that he.
I already suggested that.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, he did. Yeah, no, Augustus turns them down as long as everything else is handled first. Like, even if I get like one of the homemade or one of the local ones, I don't care.
Okay,
Like 10 for right now is more than enough.
That's that done for now. Do we just want to continue on and see if we can find the Eradicate?
That's what.
Actually, do they have anything else besides Pokeballs?
Or allocate?
Is that all they have? Are Pokeballs?
They're with their quote unquote business done. They do start to like go back. But are you going to try and ask them if they have anything else?
No, I was just kind of curious, but it's like I'm not gonna. I don't know because like the Pokeballs was the goal. I was just kind of curious. Like, are they just stealing tech?
Townsfolk have stated that they've stolen Pokeballs, food, random trinkets, also like all sorts of things.
Oh, okay. No, if they're just doing like the crow shiny stuff, then yeah, no, I'll just leave them be. We got the Pokeballs. Let's get out of there.
I will mark their location on our map.
Ooh, smart.
So in case I need to, and then I'll leave behind like a cute like sketch I made of them as we're leaving.
Ooh,
full Tarzan and Jane on this.
Roll me a shepherd dice with advantage.
Okay. Do I get a dice for my art kit? My personal paint pad?
Yeah, that's the advantage. You're gonna because
okay.
you're giving them a painting.
Okay, I'm gonna say this is jolly because I'm happy with the outcome.
Yeah.
And shepherd, so it's only the 2 dice.
3 dice because it's your nature. 1 for your specialty and 1 for advantage.
Oh, advantages dice. Sorry, I was for some reason I was thinking that was impact. Okay.
No.
3d6. Oh, that's a question mark. What? Why didn't it come up?
It did.
Oh, weird.
Oh, that last one. Oh, that is weird.
See?
There you go.
Double fives.
Okay, the twist is I'm going to let you pick. You can pick 1, 2, or 3.
I'm going to go with number 2, Bob.
Number 2? Excellent choice.
Go behind it's door number 2.
Number 2, Bob.
The thievel, as it's walking away, you're like, hey, wait a minute. And you pass it this painting.
Just casually like leave it behind in the clearing for them as we're leaving.
Yeah, it sees it, and it will take it in, and a Nickit will run and bring you back a little thing and put it kind of like at your feet, and then scurry back to the den.
Oh, my heart! Oh, that's cute as fuck.
It gives you a sachet, which is an evolution item.
Oh. Okay.
This is, again, object. There's energy in this object. There's something.
Is this a tab down?
Yeah. So it should be SACHET.
I'm just scrolling down.
Sachet. Sorry.
Sachet away, boys. Sachet away.
Sachet. Okay. I'm gonna have to tune to this or do some research or something.
Yeah. So yeah, it's got energy around it. There's something fundamentally. You know that this item, again, you guys are all Pokemon trainers, talented people from your world. You know what this does in your world.
You think I know what it does? This is some 9th gen evolution bullcrap.
Yeah, no, it is. It really is. It's on, what is it? Aromatise, the fragrance Pokemon.
Spritzy.
Yeah,
it's for Spritzy.
Yes, for Spritzy. It's a little bag full of like some kind of aroma. It smells phenomenal.
Like a bag of potpourri.
Yeah, like a bag of potpourri.
Yeah,
nice bag.
But like you've seen these, or at least like you've seen other evolutionary items in your world. They don't pulse with energy in your world. They just exist.
I don't know, man. The Colonel's recipe.
Yes, exactly.
11 become 1.
Yeah. You guys can take it, and you're still in the woods. You're free to do. Yeah. You're gonna have to camp out at least one night here. By the time, like it's yeah.
But I think
actually, the Travis or Illuminator, sir. Yeah. I'm not.
Illuminator is my job.
Yo, Travis. Do you think you could, since you seem to have such successful communication, do you think you could ask them about the Raticate?
I look back. Are they still chilling?
The Rufflet and one of the Nickits are standing guard. Like they've definitely assumed business is done with you guys, but they're not going to just let their guard down. They are keeping an eye on you. And you get the feeling like if you guys had walked a little farther, you can bet that they'd follow you a little ways to just make sure that you leave, sort of thing.
Okay. Yeah, I think I got an idea. I'll do like a rough sketch of Eradicate.
Yep.
And kind of like gently like point it towards them, and then point to it, and then just kind of like gesture in a circular direction.
Ooh. Okay. Roll me.
I don't want to yell at them. Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like every time I push it, I want to be gentler and gentler.
Yeah. Roll me Shepherd.
This is a wild interaction. Okay, so I'm going to go careful here with Shepherd. And can I use my paint pad again for the advantage?
No. The paint pad is going to let you do the thing.
Okay.
I'm going to like say that, yeah, you can, because you're painting a picture of Eradicate and stuff.
Yeah.
Otherwise, they'd totally just look at you like, what the heck? Yeah.
Okay. 6 and a 1.
Oh, baby. Okay. Yeah. You're pointing around, and they kind of look at you, kind of look at it, and they just nod, and you hear them like yip to one another. I'm going to roll. Let's see here. Okay. They yip to each other, and the shiny Nickit will come out, and it will start leading you guys.
Nickit?
Yeah,
there was a shiny Nickit in the group.
Ooh.
Yeah. The shiny Nickits.
You chose peace. I want you to think about that. Consider what could have been. Okay, there you go. We follow
Shiny Nickit, for those who are not know. Shiny Nickit is a beautiful like gray, white, and black versus its red and black counterpart. It's pretty cool.
He's a tiny cute fox thing.
Yeah. He's like a fox that's raccoon colored. It's really cute.
Yeah.
Keeping a respectful distance, I guess. We'll follow him as best we can. I'm assuming he's not trying to lose us.
Nope.
I'm afraid to use any Pokemon moves now.
Yeah. No.
I don't want it. This is going so well. I don't want to get up.
Yeah, you guys come again, it's dusk. So you guys come across and Nickit kind of stops and just points and then leaves. And if you look through where he pointed, there's a sleeping Raticate, as Raticate's a little bit more nocturnal, so it'll probably wake up soon, but it's just at the end of its kind of sleeping.
So
So hear me out.
Thumbs up.
I had a thought.
I do too, but I'll go first.
You go first.
Well, no. You said it. You said you were just talking first.
I was thinking that, like, what happens if I chose to, instead of letting the Nickit leave, was to jump the Nickit while its guard is down, and
go for it,
and then catch it.
You are more than welcome to. The world is your oyster.
I don't know why, but when you say I jump on it, I just picture you body slamming it, taking a Pokeball in your hand, and you're just ramming it into the Pokemon.
Where you gonna go, Nickit? Because you're home.
Jump on a fox and just
miss if I'm holding on to my enemy.
Yeah, right.
Oh.
I felt so much trust. All right, go for the shiny Nickit.
I mean, like, well, you made your choices. We have.
Yeah, I wasn't going for the Nickit. How was I to know you were going to do this?
You're welcome to do it.
Okay, so I suplex the Nickit.
Okay. Roll me.
So as trying to leave and go by us all, it's like, yeah, see you later.
Yeah, I should probably use Scyther. I should probably not like go full Marcus here and just try to like beat the crap out of the Pokemon myself.
You're welcome to. Are you using Scyther or are you using you?
I will probably use Scyther Slash. Yeah.
Okay. Roll me.
And backhand it.
This is a surprise attack. So I'm gonna say roll
I feel so bad.
Nature.
Bad.
Good.
Roll nature plus type, and then I'll give you an advantage for Scyther for the surprise attack. So that's 3 dice.
Very good. Okay.
From the top ropes.
I'm so sorry. I would never do this in real life. Also,
Ian, this is a perfect time to ask. How do I mark shiny on the Pokemon on the sheet?
On the Pokemon on the sheet. So above your Pokemon on the sheet, where you have, that's name. And then in the other area, you could put like, for example, right there, like that.
Okay. That's
I've rolled a 6.
Now I don't have sprites for shinies yet, but I can get sprites for shinies later. But that's future.
6, a 4, and a 2. You said they're doing
a 6, a 4, and a 2.
Perfect.
So I believe that's complete success. Is what that means.
Yeah, you absolutely nuke this, or Scyther, I should say, absolutely nukes this Nickit, and it just gets hit with Slash and just flies, smacks a tree. It's in rough shape. It was not expecting that. It was not.
I whip a Pokeball before it can recover.
Is it bleeding?
Let's go.
Like, is it actively
no, it's not
bleeding?
No, it's not actively bleeding, but it's pretty rough.
Okay.
And
if the local Pokemon had different fortitude or a different form of constitution when it came to like physical things.
Yeah.
Nope. Looks like you just kicked a fox. bud.
Yeah, you can throw a Pokeball. Roll me a D6. Evens you catch it, odds you don't.
Oh,
50-50.
Oh, but what about my throw skill? What's that for? For throwing rocks at Pokemon?
Yeah.
Okay.
for your
It's like really far away or like a really obscure throw.
Okay, I see.
Yeah.
All right. What? I'm just going to trust to the gods here. Pray for me, boys.
The heart of the cards.
Yeah.
That's a catch.
Oh,
You caught the shiny Nickit. That thing's I'm gonna have to focus. Oh my god.
It's gonna have some friggin' trust issues too.
Technically though, no one knows we did it.
Except the Nickit. The Nickit knows.
But the Nickit's never going home.
You can't see the look on my face right now, but oh man.
I'm going to turn to the group and I'm going to give them a really big thumbs up.
And I'm slowly going to turn and look at what I hope is still a sleeping Raticate.
I was like,
shake my head.
Yeah.
I just wanted to say because like I let Dylan do his thing. The thing that I wanted to do, the thing that I wanted to do was have my Piplup and Duskull basically cast Hypersonic and Confuse Ray, basically
on the sleeping Raticate.
Confused. Yeah, making it confused and deafened to basically all of its senses.
He just uses room silence on him like Trafalgar Law.
See, I don't seem so bad now, do I?
No, you're still pretty bad. I built up so much trust there.
So
I technically still have it, but like,
what's a man to do? That was a shiny right there. That was a cool Pokemon.
So, as Nero was doing his thing, simultaneously we'll have Axel do his thing. So you're using Supersonic and Confuse Ray?
Confuse Ray. Yeah.
All right. Let's go with Confuse Ray because you have the point and type. So, and he's asleep, so I'll give you a bonus. So that'll be 1 for your nature, 1 for your type, and a bonus. So that'll be 3 dice. Roll away, good sir.
Oh, and Nero, you can start putting in your new Nickit into your
6, a 4, and a 3.
Yeah, perfect. As Nero hits the Nickit, all of you hear this like boom as Supersonic and Confuse Ray blast out, hitting the Raticate at the same time, and there's absolute like just confusion as to like what just happened. Like Axel just went boom, Raticate's like laying just down, very like not even fully awake, very confused, very bewildered and like disoriented, and Nickit just in an instant is caught and in Nero's hands. It's just like snap, all that happened.
It was an action-packed moment.
I throw a Pokeball.
Okay,
I'm very conflicted.
Roll me a D6. Evens you catch, odds you don't.
Just 1d6.
Just 1d6. Nope.
A 1.
Mark 1 Pokeball off your sheet, please. Also, Nero, mark 1 Pokeball off your sheet.
Yes, sir.
Raticate's still a little bit confused and like disoriented, but it's starting to like shake itself awake. It's still, you guys can still have an extra action here because it's injured and befuddled.
Yeah, What about you, Pacifist? You going to contribute here?
Yeah, I got this. So because I'm gonna have Trapinch go in with my Toxel in its mouth, And and while the Raticate's getting up and it's confused and Toxel's going to nuzzle it inside of Trapinch's mouth. Because Trapinch is a ground type, he's immune to electric type moves. So I'm going to attempt to both, and because Toxel has poisonous skin, it's rubbing its toxin skin across the Raticate as well.
Okay.
With the nuzzle.
Is this healthy for Trapinch?
That's fine. He already. Roll me.
So he's going to be paralyzed from the poison of the Toxel and the chance of poisoning or paralysis from the nuzzle.
Yeah.
From the electricity running through it.
Yeah. Roll. You don't need to roll. That's a move. You could do that one. Trapinch is going to take a point of damage from poison.
That's fair.
Because
he's resistant to poison, but he's not immune.
He's got Inkwell. Yeah. So Trapinch will take a point of damage. And then, Raticate is absolutely like... It just woke up. It got hit with 2 different attacks. And now it's like poisoned and stunned. And it's like twitching a little. It's not looking so hot. It's having a bad day.
Let's go back to bed, boy.
Can I just walk up and touch a Pokeball to it?
Yeah. Roll a D6. Evens you catch, odds you don't.
Stop fighting.
Now,
just give up.
I have a question though. Are we not allowing status effects to give us a better catch rate?
In this, things have changed.
We're getting a solid 50-50 with almost no effort.
Yeah, let's consider 50-50 is the best it gets.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
4!
Well, unless we start using traps or something such. If we start using traps, then I can see it changing. But
physically trapping it.
Physical traps, yeah.
Got a team rocking shit.
That's a catch. You caught it.
Oh yeah!
Oh my god!
I helped.
Imagine though, you open and be like, "Hey, Claudia, here, buddy." Keep the change, and he pulls out this Raticate that's sickly green and looks like a Victorian child.
Dies in his hands,
brimming with static electricity.
By the way,
fighting
it's
anything
deaf.
that comes close. Yeah, it's death because we blew out its eardrums. Oh god!
Has anyone seen
gonna have to learn
Into the
sign
Abyss?
language. Oh no!
We done gentled him up some.
You guys are monsters.
You knew this.
That's I did know this. Oh boy.
I learned it from watching you.
You guys do you head back to town?
No, I want to search this Raticate's nest before we leave.
Yeah,
we're pretty deep in the forest, and no one's been here for a while, and no one knew where it was. I wonder what's in the den.
Yeah. You search through it.
I'm gonna send my Growlithe, Crond, and Fractera around to search and toss things around.
Yeah. They search through it. You find the TM Grassy Glide.
Okay.
And you find a what
the heck is Grassy Glide?
It's Augustus' favorite move,
right?
And you find a boxing glove.
A boxing glove?
Is it an Evo item?
No, this is under TMs. When you find this, when Growlithe pulls out this boxing glove and you're holding the Grassy Glide TM, you're looking at the two of them, and in your world, TMs taught Pokemon moves. They were an item that could help teach a Pokemon a move. That was what they were used for. In this world, the thing you're holding in your hand is a woven grass band that is pulsing energy of some kind that you, in your mind's eye, you can see the move Grassy Glide and how it's used. And you know somewhere, somehow, that even you could use this move, but it would take all the energy out of this, like it would destroy this object.
If I used it myself.
Like a normal TM in that.
Yeah, if you were a Pokemon, use this. But you know that like if you gave this to Growlithe could use this move once. Or you could use this move. Like it's overflowing with the knowledge of this move. And it's like right there, and all you have to do is just touch that knowledge and you could use it.
So not to oversimplify and take all the romance out of it.
Yeah.
A TM is effectively a spell scroll.
Or a holocron. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Burn it. And then what's the boxing glove?
And then the boxing glove, looking at it, it's got energy, but it's not full. It feels like you could pour energy into this and it could become similar to the grassy woven band you have in your hand, but it would be different. It would be a fighting type move.
So
okay, so it's an incomplete TM.
If I may put forward too, is that I'm pretty sure Iroh is the only one that can use anything fighting.
Yes. So when Augustus, if you hold this.
Sorry, man. I see it? Yeah, I'm feeling the energy radiate from this. It feels like it wants to break my face.
I'm passing it around. I don't have any use for a grass or a fighting type move.
Augustus, when you hold this, Iroh comes closer and will like put his little hand on it, and all of a sudden, Augustus, you know without a doubt that all of the knowledge that Iroh has in fighting, he could imprint power onto this. You just yourself need a little more knowledge. It's right there. It's so close. But if you had a little more knowledge of fighting, between the two of you, you could imprint this thing with a powerful fighting type move, and it would be usable.
Mm-hmm. Or a sphere.
So mechanically speaking, I'll take the mystery out of this. Mechanically speaking, this is an item. You guys, there's items. There's an item for each elemental type. If you have one of those items, at least 1 point in that elemental type, and a Pokemon of the elemental type, you can create any TM of that elemental type in an evening.
Okay.
So if I was to find the poison item, and I already have a point in poison types, and I have my Toxel, I could imprint acid onto it.
Yes. Or you could imprint any other poison type move. Yeah. Yeah.
Wait. Any other poison type move that we have access to through our Pokemon?
Correct? No. Not just access through your Pokemon. Just any type move of the type.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I see.
Is it like RNG? So like if I use Toxel if I choose use Dinkwell to charge it, it would just turn into a random poison type move?
Nope, you can pick the poison type move.
Oh, okay. But I need to have knowledge of that poison type move to do it in game, not my meta knowledge.
Nope, not in game. This is one that I'm gonna say, like, I can the use my power flowing. You can use your meta knowledge. The in-game flavor for it will be that you like channeling the energy and channeling your Pokemon. You think like, oh, you know what would be useful? If I could do this, if we could do this, like it's a wish. It's not I know how to do this. Now, that doesn't mean that if you have that move, obviously you can be like, I know how to do this, and I do it. But if you're like, using your Inkwell as an example, it has acid. But if you wanted the move Poison Sting, you could be like, oh, it'd be super useful if I could like jab poison with something, or I could sting poison with something like.
And then I can't use these. I can't teach I can't consume the item if my Pokemon can't use that move, right? Or can they just use? It's just consumed.
No, you can consume Grassy Glide yourself at any time.
Okay, it ignores.
Yeah, it ignores type.
Yeah.
It ignores anything. So you can use Grassy Glide at any time, and any of your Pokemon can use Grassy Glide at any time.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
And it also, again,
neat.
transcends the move itself a little bit and becomes more like, in this system, moves are more esoteric and more flavor based than they are in the actual game, obviously. And then the TMs transcend that even by a little bit as well. They get closer to, the TMs are whispers. Again, for listeners and for players who know the Wildsea system, the TMs are your whispers. They fundamentally do a thing, and it's not necessarily the exact thing that the game codes them to do. It's the flavor that you want them to do.
Cool. Well, if there's no objection, then I'm going to stash that boxing glove in my pack.
I see no problem. I was honestly, because it was dusk when we got here, I was considering, well, we just camp here for the night, and I'll set up camp while y'all do your own searches, see if you can find anything around, and then you can take the boxing glove, of course. I don't care about that.
Yeah. Cool. Thank you.
Because we got to camp for the night before we go back anyways.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
Yep.
And might as well take the nest of a known big boy in the area.
Yeah.
Fair.
Yeah, you guys camp for the night. Overall, fairly uneventful night. I'm going to save you guys the roll. There's nothing else to be found. Anything of interest, Raticate had squirreled away here. There's some random odds and ends, like bits and baubles, but nothing crazy. And you do hear, however, in the evening, you hear the howl of that Thievul, like quite loud, like it's calling something.
Oh god, don't let the Nickit out of the Pokeball.
Yeah, don't. While we're in camp and around the fire, I'm going to let Bagon back out now that it's all safe and everything, and I'll console him and give him a little bit of extra treats and stuff for having to put him back in his Pokeball.
Aww. Yeah.
I'm kind of like scrubbing the poisonish like crust that's gathered on the edge of Rectera's teeth. I'm like, you did so good. I know that hurt so much, but you did so good.
Right.
Aw. Yeah. Morning comes, and you guys can head you back to town if you want.
I almost don't want to take the same route we took back. I feel like we should avoid the Thievul nest.
Yeah. Also, we should keep an eye out for any Pokemon that might be useful on the farm.
Yeah.
Because none of them would have been, but we'll keep an eye out.
Consulting the map, which I'll update with this new area. We'll just take a route back that's around the Thievul nest. We won't take that direct route back.
Yeah. Keeping your eye out for Pokemon?
Yeah, keeping an eye out for Pokemon, and I'll be mapping this route because every path we take is somewhere I know I've been.
Okay.
I guess the same formation as before.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, you guys on your way back, you'll stumble. There we go. You stumble across 4 Cincinnos. And let's see here really quick.
That's the cute little gray gerbil thing with the hair.
Yeah, it's in the thing. There's 4 of these. And they're all just kind of frolicking and picking some berries and hanging out and having a good time.
Berries,
finally,
you say?
A worthy opponent.
No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, picking berries and hanging out.
Do they just flee when they see us?
Do you do you like just stomp in there and show yourselves, or are you kind of?
No, I'm gonna leave them be. Like they're.
Mark down the berry patch though for future.
Yeah, they're basically just rabbits.
But yeah, berries sound interesting, especially in this world. I wonder what type of pokeberries they have here.
Yeah. Okay.
That's a really good point.
Yeah.
I just do my thing and I'm researching.
Fair enough. Ditto just shape-shifting like wild. And yeah, okay.
You guys put those back.
You guys make it back to town.
Yes.
Pretty uneventful.
Awesome.
Do you want this encounter? And we're like, no.
That's fair. That's okay. As you guys make it into town, obviously, Claude is going to wave at you guys. Hey, how's it going? And you see Orla waving too, and the other townsfolk are kind of waving as you walk in. And yeah.
I assume that we had dispersed those Pokeballs ahead of time.
That's what I was going to wonder.
Left in the bag.
Yeah, really quick. So you had 8 Pokeballs. I see no one has added anything to their sheet. Who's taking what, and what are you giving to the group? You guys can decide this now.
8.
I had the 1 for researching.
Okay, so
it's ins and outs.
Down to 7.
So, Axel, you can add +1 to your Pokeball list.
Okay.
And then it was subtract another 3 because that's what we're recovering.
Rest objective.
Yeah.
So there's 7.
4. So you're down to 4 Pokeballs.
Do we want to keep them?
I'll take 1. Yeah, I'll take 1. So I bumped mine up by 1.
So there's 3.
Do we want to split them up, or do we want to give them to the town as like, here, go out and catch y'all some?
We are going to be so much more effective at catching Pokemon than they are.
You will earn a lot of favor giving them more Pokeballs, though, right? Like you're essentially
like the only 3 in town.
You're giving them a chance to get a Pokemon.
You also know that theoretically, these Pokeballs were all stolen from people in town. So it's like, you can say these are all that we found, sort of thing.
Yeah, I guess.
I don't know.
Maybe return them to the team. Maybe return them to the village leader. Then just get like we did our good deed, and we can leave it up to their power structure.
Yep.
Like at least in the first town, we've got good rep. Whether or not we burn down the other 5.
Excellent. So you're going to give 3 to Orla and 3 to Barry, the town leader.
Yeah.
Perfect.
And then we should give that Eradicate to Claude there.
Well, we'll start with. We'll start with Claude and Orla because they're working the fields as you guys come in. So you guys walk up to him. Orla goes, "So, how was the Nickit hunt? Did you catch that foxy bastard?" I don't know what I'm trying here for the accent.
In some ways, more literal than others.
Yeah, it went well then.
Surprise!
I'm gonna pop out my shiny Nickit, who has not left the ball since I caught him in this exact moment.
Shiny Nickit comes out. He's a little bit bruised and beat up. He's not as bad as he was earlier, but he's a little disoriented, and he sees you and he sees them, and he just kind of like moves a little bit closer to you, and just he's a little on edge because he's unsure, but he knows that he's safer with you, or he assumes he's safer with you.
That was his first mistake.
No, I'm gonna treat his wounds.
You start like bandaging him up, and you're kind of holding him. Orla looks and he goes,
"We got one of them.
Wow,
we got some Pokeballs.
Incredible! Well done."
Yeah,
it's just like salivating at the mouth. He's in awe that you guys actually caught a Pokemon and a shiny, nevertheless.
Yeah, I'm pretty awesome.
I kind of like approach Cloud with his. I'm like, get the stars out of your eyes. I got you something too, but be at the healers when you take it out.
Claude just kind of looks at you and nods, and
And as
he'll take.
in his hand,
do you pass it to him?
Oh yeah, I give him ownership of the Pokemon. I say, do not let it out of the ball.
As you give him ownership of the Pokemon, like you guys have traded in your world before. It's, there's a process, there's a thing. As you give him ownership of the Pokemon, you can feel something transfer between you and Claude. Like that Pokemon, just how the Nickit intrinsically was felt safer near Nero. That Raticate now feels safer near Claude.
I was hoping it was something like that. Otherwise, I was going to have to quest to another town to find some shamanic trade station.
Yeah, no, I'm not going to make it that difficult for you guys.
Baba Yaga. Baba Yaga can transfer the mystical concept of ownership.
Yeah, no, I'm not going to make it that difficult for you guys. The point is, by giving you guys so many Pokemon to start with and having so many cool Pokemon in the world, the point is you guys are going to be trading and giving away a lot of Pokemon, or at least that's the hope, right? So yeah.
Yeah, I'll get on his level. I'll be take care of this.
Absolutely in awe. He's like, you caught Eradicate?
No,
it's what? Thank you. And he just runs off crying. And Orla looks at you all. Orla looks at you all, and I assume you give him the 3 Pokeballs.
Oh yes, we also managed to get these for you.
He takes them. Just a look of almost shock on his face, and he puts them in his pocket, and he goes, well done. That was, people around here are going to remember that kind of a thing. That's
everybody liked that.
That was an impressive thing you did there for the town. Thank you all. It's very kind. If
we can't promise that the Nickits won't continue or come back, though. We handled them by making nice with them, but you guys should lock your things up a little extra tight.
We'll do what we can.
Maybe leave out some extra food every now and then as an offering. Stick it at the edge of town for them.
Yeah.
We'll give that a try. Thank you. I really appreciate that. If you ever, just throwing it out there, with all the farming that we do around here, I gonna be honest, and he gets a little tear in his eye. I've always dreamed of having a Mudsdale and a Meganium. If you ever come across, boy, I'd sure be grateful and willing to offer anything I got.
Mudsdale and Meganium. Got it. I immediately forget.
Yeah.
And I asked him if he happens to know where the town leader is. We have some business to discuss.
Yeah. Give me a second. Let's see. And he blows a loud whistle, and a Tapu Fini just flies in.
What?
I'll put
what?
Tapu Fini. I will pull it up on the.
Oh, I know what.
No, I know. I was about to say I know what a Tapu Fini is.
Yeah,
I'm just in shock.
Tapu Fini flies in, and he looks at it, and he goes, "Go get the boss man," and it flies off. He goes, "Yeah, that's, you guys didn't meet the boss man's Tapu?"
Ditto transforms into Tapu.
I just straight I'm unconscious on the ground.
Yeah, and a little while later, Barry walks over, and he's got the giant Wigglytuff behind him, and it's double fist bumping in the air. It's tough. And he goes, "Hey," and the Tapu Fini's flying around, and then you hear a whistle cross down, and the Tapu Fini flies away, and he goes, "Yeah, how's it going, everyone?"
Oh, jeez. Someone else want to do this? I gotta get some water. It just.
It seems to be going well, Mr. Barry. We not quite handled your Nickit problem, but we reclaimed the pokeballs. We donated here. These are the remainder. They had a couple of extra, more than we expected. So I'm assuming that the townsfolk could quite benefit from all this. It looks like you guys could use some help with the labor a little bit around here. Unfortunately, we don't have the time to set roots and become a part of the community, but we'll gladly help in any way we can with the time that we have. It kind of gestures him to come in a little closer, be like, keep an eye on Claude. We did end up getting him that Raticate, but it'll take some time before he understands how to responsibly wield the power that his new companion will bring. So just keep an eye on him, will you?
He's nodding along. He takes the Pokeballs. This is incredible, and he hears Orla quickly kind of reiterates all the things you guys said to him, and he's like, "This is wow! All of you did such an incredible job. I can't even begin to describe what an incredible job you all did. This won't be forgotten here. We greatly appreciate it. If you need anything, you have any questions about us or what we know of this island, please don't hesitate to ask. We'll be here." And he gets a little twinkle in his eye. If you ever come across, because I hear you got a shiny. I hear one of you all like shinies. If you ever come across a shiny blossom, that's been on my bucket list since I was a wee lad.
Well, it's just a no.
Could you imagine? Oh my gosh.
I'm just gonna go look at the map. I say any knowledge you have of the surrounding areas is gonna be the top of our list because we're gonna be going out and beyond the villages and exploring, I'm assuming, the more unexplored regions.
I promised you a map. You are right. You're here, and he gives you a map of the area. It's a fairly well detailed map. It's got kind of
better than mine.
It's got kind of all the areas like kind of blocked out, and it's got towns label, or at least town like where towns are noted. He's like, there's some roads that the traveling merchants use, but I don't know them off the top of my head. If you bring this map to them, they can mark where all the roads are. But yeah, they're, as I say, that giant Garchomp's getting in their way, so we haven't seen them in a while, and it's hurting us something bad here. But that's life. What else? Interesting areas. There's the swamps. Swamps are, we try and stay out of there because they're pretty dangerous, but you guys seem very capable. I will say, fun little tidbit, this is kind of, most travelers are pretty excited when they see Wigglytuff here, because, Wigglytuff's pretty awesome, and Wigglytuff just fist pumping in the air, just tough, just living life. And he's like, but, I always find it funny. I always find it funny because everybody's more excited about my, Tapu Fini here. And, honestly, they're semi-common on this island. And he calls it over, and you guys see the Tapu Fini. And he's like, yeah, there's an area, and it's got Oricorio.
Oricorio.
The bird?
Oricorio.
The hula bird.
Yeah. And he goes, yeah, the different Oricorios, they have evolutions here, and they'll Yeah, they'll evolve into different things. One of them evolves into Tapu Fini. So just keep your eyes out. It's pretty cool. There's all sorts of weird and wonderful things out there.
I'm like sitting in my chair and Noibat's like fanning me, trying to get me like back conscious again. And when he says that, I just faint dead away again.
Could you
pass out again?
Could you mark on the map where that area is for us, please? That sounds like a very interesting research topic for the institute. Rapid multiple evolutions in a species that isn't Eevee.
Yeah. Give me a second.
I'm just gonna do a little side thing where everyone's just kind of talking, and then like I don't know, someone just happens to notice. I'm just like drooling with like potential like research notes. It can evolve into many things.
Yeah. No, it's pretty cool. Yeah, no, it's let's see here. And he looks at your guys' map for a little bit. Yeah, it was when I first came to this island, I was actually down farther south, and that's where I caught the Oricorio. And it just happened to evolve on our journey. I'm not entirely sure how I got it to evolve, but and he circles the area on your map. So if you're looking at the map, in the south, there's a town on the southeast side, right by the river there.
The one on the far southeast coast?
Yeah, and
That's the farthest away. I don't want to go to Poke, Florida.
And just above that town, there's a tropical forest. That tropical forest region has Oricorio.
That can evolve into random things.
That can evolve into different Tapu Finis or different Tapus. So, for example, there's Tapu Koko, Tapu Lele, and Tapu Bulu. Yeah. So yeah, he's obviously he's seen Tapu Fini, but he's heard stories and rumors that the other Tapus can be evolved as well.
All right.
The island of untapped potential.
Yeah.
I guess is our next destination to explore the swamps to the west?
Well, it was either that or we could still talk to what was his name? Dolan? No.
Solon.
Orla. No, Orla. No, Solon. Yeah, Solon has the boat.
Solon with the boat.
And he offered to ferry us over to the other town as well.
Is that the one at the top of the river at the bottom of the bay there?
I think so. Or honestly, he'd probably be willing to drop us off wherever we want.
Yeah, you can go and chat with him if you want.
I'm down to go down to Snowtown, if that is indeed what it is.
Yeah, it was either that. It was either that, or I was going to go ask what we need to what we would need to explore the swamps.
Right? Yeah, because there might be gaseous things or
waders.
Some good old rubber boots.
80 antidotes.
Yeah,
many antidotes. All right, let's go talk to Boboy. Solon.
Okay. Solon, yeah. You go to the harbor, and it takes a little bit because Solon's out fishing for the day. But you guys can chat with people in town. Everyone's very friendly towards all of you. Anyone with an injured Pokemon can heal 1 point of injury. As the townsfolk are more than happy to help you guys and kind of give you some pointers. They will say, as you wait for Solon, if you ask about the swamps, they'll tell you, there's some nasty poisonous Pokemon in there. And it's dangerous, but if you have good shoes or good boots and you're careful, you can get through there. There's lots of different herbs and stuff and antidotes and all sorts of useful things in the swamps. Every now and then they'll send out a trek and they'll go harvest what they can. But yeah, it's definitely it's a job for them because they don't have the Pokemon power to get through it, in all honesty.
I'm so down for that. I'm furiously jotting down all these like medicines and like herbs and stuff I can find there, like what they look like and what to look for.
I cough and clear my throat, and I just kind of ask, like, is there perchance a graveyard nearby, or anywhere that is in ruins?
Yeah, they'll on your map, the townsfolk, any of the ones, there's not many who have done a lot of traveling around here. Most townsfolk haven't been, farther than a few tiles away, kind of thing. But any of them who have gone farther will say that there's one deep to the south of the island. There's a large, just mass graveyard. They will point you to the little town graveyard, where if you let Duskskull out in the graveyard, Duskskull feels, you can tell he's at peace in the graveyard, and you can tell he's absorbing the power. Seems like a dark way to put it, but that's kind of the only kind of feeling you can get. You feel like if Duskskull was a bit stronger, maybe he could absorb more. And maybe you can feel there's a chain, like he wants to change, something wants to happen with Duskskull, but he's not strong enough yet.
Yeah, he's being nourished by the fragments of souls long past. Don't make it weird.
Yeah.
It's just recycling at this point.
Reduce, reuse, recycle.
They're not sentient, it's just leftover bits.
Yeah.
People of Xerxes, Austin.
They haven't coalesced into a Gengar yet. Yes.
So the Solon will come back near the evening as, like the fishing kind of ends, and he's getting the boat all in and getting it ready. Oh, hello everyone. Nice to see you all again. How was your adventure today? Or these last few days?
No, we don't. We don't do that.
Quite fruitful. We've got a recommendation to check in with you about maybe going and recruiting your services to take us to the next town.
Yeah, of course. I'd be more than happy to help. After you all helped with fishing and helped me catch this Delmise, I can take you either to the town. What is it called? Why am I blanking on the names? I wrote these names and now I don't.
I saw them.
Stellaris. I can take you to Stellaris, which is the town at the mouth of the bay, at the end, the center of the bay, down at the bottom of the river.
Yeah.
I can take you to Stellaris. It's a little bit of a journey. We'll have to camp one night on the coast, but I can get you there. Or I can take you across the bay. I have a little camping spot across the bay. And then from there, there's a road that the traders take, I believe. I haven't really seen it myself, but I've met the traders there a few times, and they say there's a little road and a little cabin somewhere around there. And then you can follow that all the way to the town on the far coast. The town is called...
This is the one to the southeast?
Univera.
Univera
now.
That the one directly right of the tower? If we just...
Yes, directly east of the tower. Way. Yeah.
Okay, and it's the one surrounded by the farmlands there.
Yeah.
Okay.
So either the town on the river and the bay, or the town on the far right.
What are those towns known for?
Yes. So I've been to Stellaris a number of times. That's the town on the river. They are known for, honestly, they're a rough bunch. They're tough people. They're probably the toughest people on the island. They definitely. How do I word this? They don't like a lot of outsiders, but they'll do trading every now and then, and they understand that we are an ecosystem here on the island, so they'll do what they can. But it's a good thing we got Barry here, who's pretty tough, because otherwise, I don't know. They're threatening over there. And then the other Univerna, I've never been there myself, but again, I chat with the traders every now and then. I'll boat across, and we try and meet up once or twice a year, and I'll bring a few extra things, because I mean it's a long trek for them to go all the way around from town to town, and for me to just boat across is a little quicker. So sometimes they'll come to our town, and then they'll leave, go to the other Stellaris, keep coming up, and on their way to Univerna, I'll stop in and we'll kind of do a secondary trade. And they've told me that's where, honestly, that's where all the best trainers are on the island. That's the town. If you're looking for adventure, that's the town to be in, according to the travelers or the traders.
Interesting.
Man, old Solon's rich with information.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, man, he's a traveling guy. He's one of the few people who's been to more than just, like, as I say, more than just a few squares away from town.
If we go to the one on the east, we can check out that cool-ass mushroom forest.
Oh, yeah, we could.
I mean, I'm down.
Yep.
Hey, wherever you guys go, Augustus is just there to make sure you don't fall down a mountain.
Eventually.
Yeah.
Solon looks at you guys. Yeah, I can, honestly, tomorrow morning I can take you out there if that's where you want to go. So going directly across the bay, it's not a long route sailing there. But we'll all camp on the other side. And then I'll head home and let you guys be. But yeah, if you want to go, I'll take you there tomorrow, or I'll take you there any day.
So wait, where's he going to take us to? Where's he going to take us to exactly?
Exactly?
Yeah, where's he going to drop us off?
So if you look
at the city that's east across the map,
like B21 is probably the most direct route.
Literally straight in line with the city. That little tile with the one round tree and two little trees, or two, that tile there, he will drop you off on that tile. And he says he has a little campground there.
Okay, and then we'll just trek across the land ourselves?
Yeah, and he says he'll point you in the direction of where the road is that connects, because there's a little road that he says the traders use. Good. He's never seen it, but he has no reason to doubt the traders. Like, why would they lie to him that there's a little road there?
Yeah, I'm down for that. That sounds like the most civilization we've dealt with in this whole time.
Yeah. Okay. So you guys crash for the night, and in the morning he looks at you all and he says, "Winds are favorable. Who's ready for a day at sea?" And he's
oh yeah.
No. Me and mine do not like the ocean. They will all be mostly kept in a Pokeball, except for Wish Song. and maybe Toxel.
Yeah, and you guys hop in the boat and start crossing the sea. He's gonna basically, he'll chat, he'll talk about the weather, he'll talk about sea travel, he'll sing some sea shanties, standard boat stuff. It's gonna be a whole
on the water, then Finion is definitely out and swimming alongside the boat as well.
Nice. Yeah, Finion is enjoying the waves and water and just splashing about.
I am sick.
You guys get to the middle of the bay and you just all of a sudden out from the water, maybe 100 yards off the front of the boat,
just jumps.
This shape jumps, and you instantly that it is the shape of the thing that you saw from the lighthouse.
Not
shit. Giant alien crystal whale thing.
I'm instantly jotting more details down.
So, there is
Piplup Ditto transform.
So, out of the water comes a giant Terra Sharpedo.
Terrapago. Oh, what? I was expecting just Terrapagos.
No. So this Sharpedo is probably 50 feet long. And
oh my god.
So when I say Terra, it's not that silly hat thing. Terra in this world is the Pokemon it's covered in maybe 30% of it is these crystals of glowing energy that pulse on its body, giving off a weird aura as if this Pokemon's not quite what it's meant to be, but it's different.
Yeah, I threw a picture in the Discord to kind of give us a bit of a
terrifying.
Yeah. I got it on the encounters. There's a Sharpedo.
Okay.
But yeah, it's a giant. As I say, it's about a 50-foot Sharpedo covered in crystals that are just pulsing energy. And you just see Solon as this thing breaches out of the water and then dives back in. You just see Solon turn the boat slightly away from where where that was, and just be like, yep, we're gonna keep going. And he just whistles, and Bravery and Wingull just start beating their wings to pump the sails. And he's like, yeah, we're just gonna keep going, guys.
Gus is gonna lean over the edge and, hey Mac, give us some help here, because he's got Gus.
Oh yeah,
so he'll jump out of the air and or out of the water behind the boat and kind of help push.
Yeah. With three of them kind of working, you guys speed up a bit, and you just hear Solon. Yeah, so every now and then we see some things on the waves, and he's just white knuckled on the Oh, why am I blanking on the steering wheel? But it's
the rudder. No, it's not the rudder, because the wheel is
mast.
Yeah,
the wheel.
No. You mean the helm?
The helm. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Why was I blanking? All of us blanked on that word.
Disappointed at 3 years of Wild Seed. You can't even remember what the Steersy boat seed
was. I'm disappointed in all of us. Except you, Dylan.
I was
you should be disappointed in me, but for different things.
But yeah, he's white knuckled on the helm, and he's just like, yeah, we see things on the sea sometimes. We're gonna try and avoid that. That's
that's no bueno. You right.
That's probably the most terrifying thing that lives in the ocean around here. I
throw a Pokeball at it.
You can. You can try. Do you want to try?
Let's go.
50.
Evens it odds. Let's go.
Nero,
don't. We're gonna get eaten by Monstro if you throw a Pokeball.
No, I know. I'm not gonna tempt death. I'm not gonna tempt death. I'm gonna avoid tempting death. But man, if it was a 50-50 and I caught it, can you imagine the godlike power as long as we were, near an extremely large body of water at the time?
Or a puddle.
Yeah, let's get the hell out of here, eh?
Yeah, you guys, it will not follow you, but it it's there and it knows you're there.
I don't like knowledge of something that big knowing I'm a thing that's there.
Yeah.
You Lord of the Sea, I sacrifice this Nickit to you.
Dear God.
Become mine.
Well, according to Cerebi, my Finneon is a foot long and 15 pounds, so he shouldn't even notice my Finneon.
It's basically one of those blow-up balloons that swims around the air.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, you guys, other than that, you guys make it to the other side. That's I will get all of you to Mark of Fear. Yeah, Mark of Fear for seeing just a absolute monstrosity on the sea.
Quick question then. If that's not one of our fears that we had filled in, where do you want us to put that in?
I can check. Bodies of water will be my grave.
Yeah. So, for example, Cabe, you can mark
life-changing injuries, maybe.
Yeah, or Pokemon animal abuse, or it's basically, so when you mark a fear, it's not necessarily a fear. It's not necessarily a fear directly related to what you saw that made you fear. Mm-hmm. It's like, if I trip on the stairs, I'm going to be more scared for the rest of the day because I'm like, I almost fell and I almost hurt myself. And
we almost got eaten. Yeah.
Yeah. And so I'm more fearful. And so if I'm already naturally afraid of knives, I'm going to be like, I'm holding a knife. I gotta be extra careful. So it's not, it doesn't relate to the fact that I tripped on the stairs. It's that I'm in a heightened fear sense all day.
Yeah. You dealt with trauma, and then if you have too much trauma, your fears become unmanaged.
That makes sense. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. Trauma. It's fun. You guys make it to the other side. What is that? That's, here we go. Solon parks his boat. He, puts it out, and then you guys row a little dinghy in, and he'll beach the dinghy. A little ways up the shore is there's a 6-foot wall fence that encircles a small cabin, just, as I say, just up from the water. And Solon kind of goes there, and he opens the gate and lets you all in. He says, "Yeah, this is my little cabin that I built here. It's quite a big forest you guys are surrounded by."
Finneon has been put back in his Pokeball.
Is it
when we landed on the beach, just naturally?
Is it a different type of forest than we were in before? Is it gone from a bunch of thin birch trees to Titanic redwoods?
Yes. So it's not Titanic redwoods yet. But it is conifers. It is. Let me pull up here. It is a definite bigger forest. It's it's not old growth giant trees, but they are the forest you were in before was a small, maybe 30, 40 foot trees. This is 50 to 80 foot trees.
Density 2 forest.
And yeah, exactly. It's another level up in density, and whereas the one before was, trees sporadically about near kind of an ocean side, and it's all really cutesy and nice. It is a forest. If you start walking in there, it's like light still comes through, but there are trees around you, and you are in a forest.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. And you say there's a path after we settle in at the cabin.
Yeah, no, it's late in the day, so you guys are definitely going to want to crash here for one night. But he'll quickly show you, kind of scribbling on your map there, very rough. He'll show you that if you go directly east, you should hit another little camp. And there's there should be directly east. There should be another little camp, and at that camp there should be a road that will take you to town. You do see, looking directly east, it's not a well-worn trail, but it is definitely a trail that Solon has probably used maybe once. He's gone a little ways up it, but it looks like maybe some other people have kind of cleared it out and used it to get to this little camp to meet with Solon here.
Okay. So it's worn, but not big.
Yeah.
Little hunting cabin, so to speak.
And I think as dawn kind of breaks on the next day and Solon waves goodbye to you as he sails off, we'll end the session there. I think that's a good ending point as you guys kind of trek towards the new town.
So quick question then.
Yeah.
Kind of like a status update. So we're along the tracks and the discoveries upon gaining our benefits down the road. It was one track per episode. Is that correct?
Yes. So after we do our recap and stuff, we'll do some housekeeping things here.
Perfect.
And
all good.
I'll give you guys. No, that's okay. It's good for the listeners too to know. I'll give you guys each a discovery, and that will help you guys level up. And we'll do that kind of stuff. Solon will also, because you guys did helped out the village and stuff, he's gonna take pity on you, and he's like, I got a few spare things in the cabin that you guys can take, and he's gonna give you, let's see here. Oh, okay. He's gonna give you guys here's my materials. A battery, which is a TM item, and
everyone a battery, or one person a battery?
No, just one person a battery.
Okay.
And he'll give one person a oval stone, which is an evolutionary item. So
that's
you guys
normal
can
one.
Yeah.
And it's like if it was used to evolve Chansey.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It's a big one.
Yeah.
Blissey.
Yeah, Blissey. So he'll give you guys those, and he's like, yeah, these have been sitting in the cabin for a while now. They'll help you guys on your journey a little more than I think they'll help me. But it was nice to see you all. Everyone in town keeps saying that you guys are the people to tell who to cat, if we're looking for Pokemon. Honestly, if y'all ever find a where did it go? There it is. If you all ever find a Lapras, that's my dream. That is
where are we writing this down? I couldn't find a spot for it.
So you guys can write these down in the maps page under quests. So
so
you guys can write down that. Sorry, Laura's distracting me. You guys can write down. Solon is looking for a Lapras. Barry's looking for a shiny Blossom. Orlon wants a Mudsdale or a Meganium. And a Meganium.
Yeah. I just put them right into the NPCs.
Yeah. So you guys can write that down. And I think we'll end it there. Is everybody good?
I think so.
Yeah. Okay. I was Ian, the guy talking a lot.
I was Austin the pacifist.
And I was Cabe playing Augustus, the one who's always concerned.
I was Dylan playing Nero.
I'm Taylor. I finally got a Pokeball to research.
Yeah.
Excellent. And we are sponsored by nobody. Signing off.